Hello everyone and welcome back in today's YouTube video. I am Sohini Biswas, a third year law student, and currently I am doing an internship at the LEXIS and Company. Today I will be dealing with the topic of division of two legal systems in India. The well-known dictum of Justice Brennan of the United States Supreme Court may also be recalled on this. Nothing reckless greater in the human coronary heart than a brooding feel of injustice. Illness we will put up together, but injustice makes us need to pull matters down. When only the rich can enjoy the law as a doubtful luxury, and the poor who needs it the most can have it because expense put it at past their reach. The threat to the existence of free democracy is not imaginary but very real, because democracy's very existence relies upon making the machinery of justice so powerful that every citizen shall trust in the gain of impartiality and fairness. India has one of the oldest prison structures in the world. Its regulation and jurisprudence stretches back into the century, forming a residing culture which has grown and advanced with the lives of its various people. India's dedication to law is created in the Constitution, which constituted India's right into a sovereign democratic republic containing a federal machinery with parliamentary form of government in the union and the state as an unbiased judiciary, assured fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy containing goals which, though are not enforceable in regulations, are essential to the governance of the nation. India's can't have parallel legal system, one for the wealthy and resourceful and those who are wield political strength, and the other for the small people without sources and abilities to access justice, the Supreme Court said. The apex court additionally stated that the colonial mindset meted out of the district judiciary have to change to maintain the religious of resident, and said that judges are made targets once they stand up for what's right. The Pinnacle Court made though vital observations at the same time, cancelling the bail granted to Madhya Pradesh BSP MLA's husband, who was arrested in an year-old murder case of Congress leader Devendra Chaurasia, observing that an attempt was being made to guard the accused from management of justice. The apex court directed switch of BSP MLA Ramabai Singh's husband Govind Singh to another prison under direction of the DGP to make a certain honest criminal proceeding. With regards to the apprehensions expressed by the additional session judge who is carrying out trial in case related to Singh, the Pinnacle Court stated that it should be duly inquired into by the High Court of Madhya Pradesh on its administrative side, so that if they are found to be true, essential action should be taken to steady the honest management of justice. An unbiased and independent judiciary is the cornerstone of democracy, and it ought to be immune from the political pressure and consideration, the Supreme Court stated. The obligation also falls at the state equipment to be devoted to the rule of regulation and display in its capacity and willingness to observe the guidelines in itself that it makes, for the movement not to transgress into the areas of governmental lawlessness, the apex court had taken into account. A bench of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Rishikesh Roy stated judicial independence of the district judiciary is a cardinal to the integrity of the whole machinery of the district judiciary, is the first factor of interference with the citizens. If the faith of the citizen in the management of justice needs to be preserved, it is to be the district judiciary that's attention has to be targeted, as well as the higher judiciary's bench. Also, there may be, unfortunately, a subservience of the management of the excessive courts for transfer and posting, which renders that one vulnerable, the bench stated. The colonial attitude which pervades the remedy meted out the district judiciary have to change. It is the handiest then the civil liberties for each stakeholder, be in the accused or sufferers of civil society, can be meaningfully preserved to our trial courts that are primary line of protection for the ones who have been wronged. The apex court stated feature of the judiciary as an unbiased group which is rooted in the idea of separation of powers. Individual judges have to be capable of adjudication dispute according to the regulations unhindered by some other elements, and because of this independence of judiciary of each judge is a must, the bench stated. Independence of judges Independence of judges encompasses that they are unbiased in their superiors and colleagues. It stated, including that our constitutional particularly envisages the independence of the district judiciary. This is implicit in Article 50 of the Constitution, which suffers that the states have to take steps to split the judiciary from government and public services of the state, the bench stated. The district judiciary operates below the executive supervision of the High Court, which should stable the enhance its independence from external impact and control. The compartmentalization of the judiciary and government must not be breached by interfering with private decisions, making out the judges and behavior of the court proceeding under them. The bench stated. The top court were also in consonance that there is no gainsaying that judiciary ought to be immune to the political pressures and consideration. What is the conclusion that we can draw? A judiciary liable to such pressure lets in politicians to function with impunity and incentives criminality to flourish in the political equipment of the state. The apex court stated that judges, while giving underrated to their dedication to observe regulation and do justice. Thank you.